Hey guys! Okay, so how do you start the intermittent fasting lifestyle? Basically, you want to spend 16 hours fasting and 8 hours eating. So you have an 8-hour window for food for your 3 main meals of the day. I'll explain how I picked my hours and we'll go from there. So basically, you're spending 16 hours not eating, not snacking, or anything. Anything below 50 calories will not break your fast. So, for instance, BCAAs, black coffee, black tea, stuff like that. And you want to spend, realistically, you want to spend the majority of those 16 hours not eating, busy, or sleeping. So my recommendation to you is to find a window of fasting that gives you your 8 hours of sleep in between, right in between. So sleep is extremely important, and I highly recommend you get those 8 hours. This is really hard coming from a new mom, and this is also really hard for a lot of people, but sleep is really important and you need to get as much as you can. So what I like to do is the 7-11 rule. I start my fast at 7 p.m. and that gives me about 4 hours before I go to bed at 11. I spend 8 hours sleeping, hopefully, and then you have another 4 hours in the morning until 11 a.m. when I have my first meal. So now I'm spending 16 hours fasting. 8 hours of those I'm sleeping, hopefully. And then I eat for 8 hours. And in those 8 hours, you want to be sticking to 3 meals. 3 very satisfying, dense nutrition, full meals. And so my first meal is generally at 11 a.m., depending on how my day goes. And then I'll try to split up the 8-hour window with my second meal at 3:30, 3 to 3:30. And then my last meal is by 7 or right before 7. And then I start my fast again. I typically, I recommend that you eat so you're satisfied, and that you're lasting till your next meal, but not that you're so full after your meal. Because what happens is when you've been fasting for 16 hours and you're not used to this lifestyle, you feel really hungry and ravenous when your first meal comes. But I urge you to not overeat. Be very conscious and mindful of how you're feeling, and that you're just eating enough to satisfy yourself, and that you're not feeling stuffed or bloated after. And that's really important. So next, exercise. You need to really reap the benefits of intermittent fasting and your hormone levels and everything, you need to be working out fasted. So that means you need to work out before you eat your first meal, and typically that would be in the morning. And now I understand we all don't have the luxury to do that. And if it's just pure laziness that you're not getting up early enough to do your workout fasted, I highly urge you and encourage you to please do your workout when you're fasted. You'll reap the biggest benefits from that. So you also want to be working out in a way that you're getting your first meal 1 to 2 hours before, 1 to 2 hours after your workout. And I also recommend using BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, for your workout when you're fasted. These amino acids will help support your muscles in your workout, and you'll feel a lot better. Some people find working out fasted, they get lightheaded and dizzy. BCAAs will surely help. They'll give you the energy, they'll help repair your muscles, and they bring on more results. And so yeah, if you cannot do your workout fasted, that's okay. You're still getting the benefits from fasting, and don't beat yourself up about it. Just stick with it. One more thing that I will say, it is kind of counterproductive to eat too close to bedtime, so you would like to give yourself at least 2 hours before bedtime that you've been fasting, so that your stomach is kind of done and can wind down and relax for the night. Also, we don't all have the luxury of choosing our hours, and we have stuff that goes on. So at the end of the day, you need to find a schedule that works for you. As long as you're doing the 8-hour window of 3 meals a day and 16 hours fasting, and then try to include the workout and give yourself some time before bedtime that you're not eating, you'll be fine and you'll do great. That is the main thing. I prefer the 7-Eleven rule. The majority of the time it works for me, and it's flexible because if I am on the go, I have my shake, I break my fast on the go, I prep meals if I know I'm going to be out and about, and I make it work. I've been feeling just incredible following this schedule, so it's something I don't want to change. If it works, why change it? But the key here is to find something that works for you, because at the end of the day, if it's really hard to stick with it right from the beginning, you're not going to stick with it, and this is not going to be long term. And I really want you guys to enjoy this. It has so many great health benefits, as we will be talking about, and as I will talk about, or as I have mentioned in my first post. And I really hope that you guys can find something and figure it out. So hopefully that's clear for you guys and you understand that. And we'll be talking more a little bit later.